Hello and welcome to the second episode of Familial Footprints. And this podcast, we talk about family. I am your host, Ryan Clayton, and joining us today is our guest, Yenka.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Today we are delving in deep into the topic of weaponized incompetence and how it affects our life in general. And yeah, stay tuned and enjoy. How are you doing, Yenka?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm amazing. First of all, I just want to thank you for your braveness and your confidence in sharing your story today. And yeah, so first and foremost, I just want to ask you a few questions. And I just want to ask, do you have any situation whereby you felt like you've dealt with weaponized incompetence growing up or any point of stage in your life?
Yes, mostly with my family, to be honest. I live with my mother and have two elder siblings, one brother and one sister. They're quite older than me. I'm in my 20s here and they're 40s, so they're pretty much my parents at this point. So I have kind of three parents. And sometimes it's the last born, they like to use you. My siblings, I moved out, they live alone, so I live with my mother. So she's the main one that makes me go through it, to be very honest. It's not the easiest of things because sometimes you will get upset and want to leave, and they will test your patience, but I guess you just have to push through.
Yeah. And is it only your mom or you dealt with other family members too, or specifically related to your mom or your siblings?
Honestly, I think it's a whole family thing, knowing that I'm African, specifically I'm Nigerian. So we kind of are brought up to do whatever your elders say, regardless of how you feel. If it hurts your feelings or not, they tell you to do something, you do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you would do it. And if you don't do it, you seem as a bad child, or you're rude, or you don't have home training. So it's also kind of down place to embarrass your family. Oh, I told her to do this and she's not doing it, even though that they could do it themselves. Oh, go and cook for me. Oh, you can cook yourself, or go and clean this for me. You made the mess. Why do I have to do it? But if you don't do it, you're seen as a bad person. So it's a whole family thing, to be honest.
All right, that makes sense. Do you have any examples to make us come to terms with weaponized incompetence? Because it's pretty much not spoken about a lot, and there are not a lot of people who really know deep into this topic. So can you share some examples, or maybe an example to show or let us know what it's actually about?
Yes. Living with my mom, I would say that she got quite spoiled. My father passed away, so it's just me and her. So she after my father passed away, she kind of felt and we live in a big house. So she kind of took the role of I'm sad, I can do what I want. So you just take care of me. You cook, you clean, you do this, you do the laundry. And then you just come home. I do school, I work, I have a whole life. And then she just be at home. And I just come home and then the whole house is a mess. Or she hasn't cooked. And I'm Mommy, I'm hungry, I'm tired. But go and cook for me, or go and clean for me, or do this or do that. But then it's kind of she does it on purpose because she knows I'm going to do it. So at this point, you kind of feel I heard of it being called the Cinderella syndrome. They'll purposely make mess and do whatever they want at home because they know one person's going to come and clean it up. You will break a glass, you will leave it there, walk past it, do whatever it is you want. And it doesn't bother her because I'm going to come home tired from my whole day because I'm going to have to do it. It's very draining, and it's also quite hurtful, to be very honest, because you can see that it's not they can't do it. That's one scenario where my mom, a few years, literally years ago, almost 10 years ago, my mom fell in snow and she hurt her wrist. And then she couldn't make some food with her hand because what African food uses our hands to make it, right? And she's I can't do it. Can you make it for me? I was of course, you hurt your hands. I will do it for you. So each time she want to eat it, and she likes to eat the stuff, right? She would like to eat almost every day. Can you make it for me? Can you make it for me? So I'll come downstairs tired as hell, and I'll do it. But then it came sometimes I will go on vacation or will not be able to get home at night. And I'll see I'll come back home and the part that she did it is there. So I know she could do it. And then for a while, I confronted you said your hand hurts, but you can do it by yourself. I was hungry, so I did it myself. I was hungry, so I had to do it. But I'm oh, okay, maybe she was still in pain while she was doing it. But then one day I just decided I'm going to go on strike just to see what you can actually do and what you can't do. So I didn't do anything in the house, and it bothered her. And I come to find out she can do the stuff. She can do it pretty much. Her hand does not hurt. Her legs don't hurt. She can do it. Someone just has to kind of push her to get to that point. So yeah.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense a lot. So when it comes to your terms, would you say it's a conscious or an unconscious decision that she makes to do this thing or make this thing impact in your life?
It's definitely conscious.
Okay.
Even if she would say, like, she did not know, I've had multiple sit downs with her, my siblings, because she didn't just do it to me, she did it to my elder siblings too. That's why they moved on, like, she's your problem now. We've talked to her about it multiple times, like, Mommy, I don't like it when you do this. I don't like it when you do that. Like, can you please help with this? Like, there is no reason why the house should be a mess and you're waiting for me to do everything. Like, I'm tired. You're not doing anything. You're just sitting down as a princess all day. And it's like multiple times, like, you tell her this stuff. And like, okay. And my mom is the type of person, like, she would change because everybody's screaming at her and yelling at her. She looks bad. So she would change for like a week. And then after that, she's just going back into her normal ways. Yeah.
Okay, that's really. And first and foremost, sorry about your dad.
Yeah, thank you. It's okay.
Sad. And if I may ask, what was like your initial reaction at first when like this happened to you? The first time it happened to you, if you can remember, like what was your initial reaction when it happened to you?
I could honestly say that I did not know when it actually happened because growing up, like I already said, in an African household, more specifically Nigerian, you're kind of like trained to do whatever your elders say. So you don't know when you're already in a kind of a pattern. But then it came to the point like my father passed away, my siblings moved away, and then it's only me and my mom. And now you're growing up, you're starting to see like what life is supposed to be like, what it's not supposed to be like. And you're seeing, bro, I'm doing everything. She's not doing anything. And like, I'm actually tired. And then you start seeing like, bro, you're being lazy. You're doing this on purpose. So the reaction will be like, in the beginning, was used to it. Then it was kind of like disappointed to the fact that she would do something like that to me purposefully because baby girl is enjoying. She's living her good life. Everything's getting done for her. And then after that, you get rage. You get really upset because you're playing in my face at this point. So yeah.
I mean, I get her points though, because sometimes it affects the best of us too. Yeah. Because if I'm gonna give an example for myself too, it deals with cooking. When I used to live with my dad and everything, sometimes he can really cook, but then he knows that he knows that you're gonna do it, so he's not gonna do it.
As
so
respect,
I really do kind of understand
they know you're gonna have.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, you're the bad child. So
exactly. Yeah, that's okay. And do you think it really caused you a lot of anger growing up, or like maybe sadness or something, an emotion you felt like this wasn't how you were supposed to feel dealing with this situation?
I think the best word to describe this is more. After a while, you get out of the anger stage and you're just in a state of disappointed. You're just constantly disappointed. Like, why are you doing this? You know this is not fair. You know you're not supposed to do this. Like, it's not fair. So after all the screaming, the yelling, the calling, the brothers, the calling, this is like, Mommy's doing this, Mommy's doing that. Like, I'm saying it so like jovial, but at the moment itself, like you're in tears. Because imagine you go all day to school, and I live in Brussels. My school is in Antwerp. So I go with the train 2 hours, and I'll come back in the evening like 10. And then Mom was like, I've not eaten all day. I'm waiting for you. You're not waiting for me. You're waiting for me to come and cook. That's a whole. Yeah. So you just get like, you're doing this on purpose. Like you would rather starve yourself than just, you prefer to starve yourself than to wait for me to come home at 10, exhausted, and then do all the cooking, do all the cleaning. Because like African food is not food you can make in 2 minutes. Yeah. You're going to need at least an hour to make something. It's a whole process.
Fufu and the others.
The fufu, the pounded jam, the egusi, all the stuff. It's delicious, by the way. You should all try it. But it takes energy. It drains you. And so, yeah, disappointment is the main emotion.
Main emotion. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. And I want to talk about some triggers.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that's a very sensitive topic if you come to it. When it comes to the triggers, what do you think, like growing up, do you find yourself in some situations whereby you feel a bit triggered when it comes to these type of topics? Like in case maybe you find, maybe your day-to-day life, maybe your relationship, your friends, like people, when you get just a little glimpse of weaponized incompetence from them, how does it trigger you?
It actually, I'm not going to lie, this caused a very big problem in my life.
Okay.
to a point where I was not able to set boundaries in friendships and relationships, because this is not just a thing that happened right now. I grew up like this. So, and whatever I say, you're not allowed to talk back. You're not allowed to say, I don't want to do it. Okay. You will get cursed out. You will get shouted out, and you will feel bad. So you just learn to be quiet. But then you grew up as an adult, and friends will cross your boundaries. Your boyfriend might cross boundaries. You have siblings, but then you cannot say this is hurting me because you do not know how to say it. Okay. So I got some triggers to a point where, like, when they tell me, how do I say this? When they say, oh, you're doing too much. I hate when people say, like, oh, relax, 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 when I muster up the courage to say what you're doing to me is hurting me, and then they say, like, oh, relax. That really hurts me, because first of all, I don't know how to express myself. Then I find all the courage in my heart to say what you're doing to me is hurting me, and then you kind of dismiss me. It was a big problem for me, and I'm still dealing with it. Okay. Thanks to my friends and other family members, I'm able to, like, help myself to grow, to be able to step up for myself and say, like, I don't like when you do that. When you do that, it hurts my feelings. I can't handle going through that, because a lot of times, and not everybody has the patience to deal with someone that cannot speak. Like, you be in a friendship with someone, they will do things to you over and over and over. Yeah. You're upset. They don't know that you're upset. So one day you just explode, and they were like, huh, what happened? Not everybody has that energy, so they will just leave you. Yeah. I've lost some friendships for that.
Okay. Yeah, that's really sad. When it comes to your forgiveness, when it comes to your friendship, with these friends that make you feel this way, or these friends, or this relationship you have with people that make you feel this way, how often do you forgive them? Or is it a one-time shot thing due to your triggers? Or it takes a while, you keep on doing it, they keep doing it, you say, or they keep doing it, it bottles up, and then you just explode, or they live your life, or you kind of forgive them as time goes on.
Back in the day when I was younger, I'm going to say back in the day, but like I'm 22 right now. I'm going to say, like, for a big 20 years of my life, I was so forgiving. I'm like, they didn't mean it. Like, they didn't do it on purpose. Like, it's fine. They're not doing it on purpose. I'm the one that should relax. And some people, not everybody in this world is nice. Some people are actually trying to hurt you, trying to disrespect you, trying to push you. And I'm just like, I'm fine. Don't worry. You didn't hurt me, but I'll be going at home crying. Yeah. I got to a point where I had to tell myself, like, okay, you're crying more than they're crying. You're hurt. They're living their best life. You can't keep forgiving. You can forgive someone that might know that they're hurting you, but someone that obviously knows that I'm playing with you in your face and I know you're not going to do anything. Yeah. I had friends like that. They knew I was known in secondary school as a girl, like, I can do anything to her. She's not going to do nothing. She's not going to say nothing. She's going to swallow it. So I was known as that type of person. When I got out of secondary school, I got my courage up. I'm like, when someone does something that I don't like, I'm going to say it one time. I'm going to say it 2 times. They do it again. You're done. Okay. You're done. I'm not speaking to you. I'm going to tell you too. I had this moment with my best friend, my ex-best friend, like, we're no longer friends. We were literally friends from, like, since primary school, all the way to, like, a 13-year friendship at this point. She was very used to me being accepting of whatever she was doing. So she was quite a hard person to deal with, but it was breaking me down. And I already got the courage to tell her, like, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that, I'm dealing with that. You adding yours is literally killing me alive. And she was like, oh, yes, I'm going to try my best to do better. I'm going to try my best to accommodate how you're feeling. And there was this one time, she was not thinking for us. She was being very selfish. And there was this situation that happened, and I'm telling her, she did that, my trigger, like, oh, it's fine. I'm telling you not to do something. And, oh, it's fine. I'm like, don't say that to me. You know, it's my trigger. She said it again, oh, it's fine, be quiet. I'm like, second time, don't do that to me. And then she's like, oh my God, you've been so dramatic. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to speak to you again. That's it. And that happened, 4 years ago, and we still haven't spoken. She was really shocked that I did not speak to her again. So, yeah.
Okay, that's really, really intense.
It was painful, but I had to do it.
That boils me down back to your mom. So now, since you're able to cut some friends off when it comes to this situation, how about your mom? Because you live with her. So how do you relate with your mom when it comes to weaponizing competence? Because if she's not going to stop, you still live with her. So how do you cope with it?
Interesting question. See, friends, You can cut friends off.
Yeah.
You can always make new friends.
Yeah.
Family members, when distant family members, you can cut them off. Fine. Even siblings, if they piss you off too much, you can cut them off. Fine.
That's true.
I only have one parent left. I don't have a dad anymore. I only have my mom. So she knows she's playing with me. She knows she's pushing my buttons. She's not going to change. I know that. She knows that. It's fine. But I've already told her, I'm not going to live with you forever. So enjoy while you're able to do this. And it actually makes her panic because she knows, oh, I'm going to be alone.
Yeah.
All this thing that I'm doing with her, all this cooking and cleaning that I'm not doing by myself, she's going to leave. And I'm 22. So like I'm on top with school. When I'm done with school and I start working, I will go live in my own house. And at this point, it's not that I'm going to live in my own house because I'm happy to, I'm comfortable to, for my own peace of mind at this point. I need my own peace of mind. So she knows what's gonna happen. But I told her, enjoy while you're doing all of this because I'm going.
That's nice. And have you kind of like spoken to anybody when it comes to the situation or not? Yes.
I've had spoken to some of my good friends that had to tell me that I'm messing up. And I'm just, because I used to be extremely depressed.
Okay.
I had dealt with a lot of depression growing up. I had to like be on antidepressant pills and my academics were not going good because of everything that I was going through. So she had to sit me down. She was my first friend where I could say she saw me for who I was and how vulnerable I was, and she didn't play with me like that. So she was like, bro, if I'm doing something that you don't like or anybody is doing something that you don't like, you have to say. It doesn't matter how bad it is, how bad you feel, you tell me. And it took a lot of time. Like I had other friends like that who were like, bro, try your best. And thank God, even got to a point like she kind of reads my mind. Like when something hurts me and I'm not saying it, she would say herself like, I did too much, huh? And I'm like, yes. She's like, I'm sorry. The word I'm sorry feels like it's so important to me because I don't hear it as often as I should. So her being able to say like, I'm sorry, I did not mean that, it gives me so much peace. So I have been able to have friends that try their best to do good for me and to help me in my journey to get better.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. We wouldn't really go much into your life, but I have a few. Also, I want to ask you about when it comes to your defense mechanisms, when it comes especially with your mom. Because now I know you kind of getting used to what she does when it comes to weaponized incompetence. So how do you act not to hurt yourself? Like, because you know she's not going to stop one way or the other. So then how do you act to help yourself not to get hurt or not to get frustrated or not to get like upset or something? Like, what is your defense mechanism when it comes to that?
Let me say, I'm upset all day, every day, living with her. I'm always upset, morning till night. She has her good days where she's just like so cute. I'm like, you're being so cute, but you give me headache. You give me headache for you're so cute right now.
African moms.
But honestly, when I am upset, I already said like I struck a deal with myself. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing nothing in this house again. I'm not doing the dishes. No matter how much it piles up, bro. I went to buy a whole dishwasher, bro. Now the problem is for her to put the dishes in the dishwasher. She'll put it there. It's crazy. So I'm like, leave the kitchen as messy as you want. Leave the living room as messy as you want. If you want, don't cook. I'll order food. I can order food. I know how delivery works. You don't. So you're the one that's gonna starve. And after a while, she started doing it by herself.
Okay, that's nice.
And when she's tired, she was like, okay, can you please help me? And then I'm like, okay, I will do it. If you do this or you do that, you do that. You're not going to stress my life anymore. I'm tired. I'm 22, having gray hairs.
Yeah.
And when it's too much for me, I just lock myself in my room.
Okay.
And then she'll be like, oh, I miss you always in your room. But like, bro, you're the one not making me peaceful. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's nice. So you'd say you striking back is actually like...
I had to. We tried the peaceful way. It did not work.
It did not work. Okay.
It did not work. People will push you to the edge, even your parents. So, yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I like that. When it comes to this topic, it's really, really important for people to know that it may not seem really deep, but then it actually affects a lot of people that go through it, like on a very, very much deeper level.
On a serious level.
Because then when you grow up, it's like, okay, now when someone does this, like, why are you doing it? Like, please stop, please stop, please stop. And it's not everyone that's going to like listen to you every time, you understand? So it kind of takes a lot of growth, and people don't really think it's a serious topic like that, because we have more other important topics to talk about when it comes to parental stuff and like issues that happen with your parents. But so I kind of get you. It's really important for like people to understand this topic too. That's amazing.
It's easy to kind of dismiss and see like Because when my mom will be doing all the things and it will be hurting me, I'll call my other brother, Mom, she's doing this and she's doing that. He will not get it because he's only seen it like, she's not putting the dishes in the dishwasher. So I'm like, bro, do the dishes yourself. Like, why are you giving yourself a headache? But like, if it's like dish up on top of dish, on top of this, on top of this, and the laundry's not done, the house looks like a mess, there are clothes everywhere, that if you don't wash the floor is not gonna get washed. If you don't do the dishes, not gonna. If you don't tell her to cook, she's not gonna cook. If I don't tell her to wear this, if it piles up, one day is fine. But like I'm dealing with this 7 days a week, every month, every day of the month, every day of the year, it will drain you. And then you're also having the your own personal life problems. You might be in a relationship, you might have friendship, you might have school problems. Bro, exam season is already stressful as it is. Don't come and add your own life problems to it. You will be exhausted. So you shouldn't feel crazy for feeling like, bro, I'm getting used. Because if you know that you are, you probably are. You're not crazy, you're not stupid, you're not delusional. You know what you deserve and what you do not deserve. And you're not a bad person for wanting better for yourself. You should demand it.
That's nice. So, not to cut her short, but I'm just gonna ask for like just a little advice for like the people looking at or watching us or listening to us, because I feel like there are people who are really interested in this topic. So, what are some advice you're gonna give to? Just make it short for us.
As honestly, I don't know how it is to be a man, but as a woman, I would say, know your boundaries. If you say that you don't know your boundaries, you do. Whatever hurts you, it hurts you for a reason. My boyfriend one day told me, it doesn't matter if what I did was bad. The fact that it hurt you was enough. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be something little. If it hurts you, it hurts you. If it bothers you, it bothers you. And you have the right to feel however it is that you feel. If you're trying to talk to the person that is hurting you and you can see that they're not going to change, they're not going to try and be better for you, it's either you cut them off or you make your communication shorter. You do not give them the enjoyment of being around you if they don't respect you to begin with. Know your boundaries, lay them out, as difficult as it is. Because a lot of people, I was a person that like, I hate feeling like I'm bothering someone. So even me saying that you are bothering me bothers me because I feel like I'm bothering them. I'm so sorry, that was rapping. Like, yeah. So muster up all the courage. If you have to write it down. If you have to like record it, practice it. Tell them the thing that they're doing that is hurting you. And if they don't stop, cut them off. There are a lot of people in this world. You'll find new people. You'll be fine. So, yeah.
So if they don't stop,
cut them off. Yeah.
We thank you so much for the time. We thank you for listening to us. And thank you so much.
Yay. Bye.